Hey everyone, this is Jess, your Airbnb superhost. So today I wanted to actually jump in and talk about something that I've not yet shared on this channel, but it's something that I talk a lot about to the people that I coach and mentor on Airbnb. So what I specifically wanted to touch on or make you guys aware of is something called co-hosting. If you guys follow me on TikTok or if you're a part of the Facebook group, then you know I talk about this a lot. It's just not something I've ever made a full YouTube video about. But I wanted to do a walkthrough because I get a lot of questions about it and people aren't sure if it's something that will work for them. So I wanted to quickly go over a couple things, and that is, what is co-hosting? Who is it for? Who is going to, be a good co-host, and who should maybe consider co-hosting as opposed to someone who would go more of the hosting route. So when you talk about Airbnb, or Airbnb hosting, you're typically talking about the traditional route is someone who has property, meaning you have something that you can Airbnb, whether that's land, a unit, an apartment, a cabin, some type of property or asset that you can throw up on Airbnb. And the other side of that is if you don't have property yet, you have capital. You have some sort of money that you can invest into it, because being an Airbnb host does cost money. It costs money to furnish the place, to get it cleaned, to actually set it up to be an Airbnb unit. So you not only have to have property, but you also have to have the financial resource aspect of it as far as setting up the unit and making it Airbnb ready. So let's talk about that. Because a big key of co-hosting, the way that it's different than hosting, is that it takes out a lot of those roadblocks, those hurdles. So co-hosting, if you're not yet aware, is, I'll scroll down here for you can see it. Co-hosting is basically, or a co-host is someone who assists a primary host in managing their Airbnb rental properties. So you're going to be helping with things like guest communication. This is typically remote, right? Where you're messaging guests back and forth. Maybe you're answering their questions, you're confirming their check-in and check-out details. You're going to be maybe messaging the cleaners back and forth and getting them scheduled in and out of units. Any type of maintenance personnel, you might kind of be the main communication for them as well, and any other logistical aspects of hosting. So like I said, these are typically remote positions, but look at the tasks of a co-host. It basically gives you the opportunity to make good, substantial income from Airbnb without a lot of the overhead. Remember, you don't have to go buy property. You don't have to go furnish the property. So it doesn't require any money, any capital, any financial resource, and it doesn't require you to own any property. So right there, it takes away two of the biggest hurdles, the setbacks of being an Airbnb host, but you can still get a piece of the pie as far as what you can make. A lot of co-hosts charge a percentage, and I talk about that more in this packet. They charge a percentage. You can do hourly, you can do different methods, and that's all in here as well. But a lot of hosts or co-hosts charge a percentage where they could make 20% of the total revenue, or 30% of the total revenue. It kind of depends on what tasks and what responsibilities you are in charge of, right? So that's what co-hosting is. It's finding a host partner, someone who has property on Airbnb, who's already made the investment, who already has the assets, right? The business. And the thing is, a lot of these Airbnb hosts are expanding their business. They are getting more property. They're acquiring more units. And the issue that they're having is that when they're spending their time, online messaging back guests, or, filling out reviews, or communicating with the cleaners back and forth, it takes away from their business. Sorry, my cat is up here and her tail was on the screen. But so you have to think about it as that aspect. What are you able to bring to a host as a co-host to help their business basically become a lot more passive? That's the end goal of a lot of Airbnb hosts. They want all these properties, they want all these units so that can be passive. But they need someone behind the scenes who can spend an hour or two a day managing these things, responding to guest inquiries, on their computer or on their phone. And it only takes an hour or two a day. Now, obviously, if you partner up with a host who has 45, 50 properties, 100 properties, it could take longer. But, the typical host doesn't have that many yet. They're probably expanding. They might have 15 properties. They might have 20 properties. So consider that, but we'll get a little more into that as well. Consider how many properties they have and what their responsibilities for you are and what you can provide them. Okay, so let's talk about, let me go in here. How much do you get paid? We've kind of discussed that already. Okay, and then I talk about how to get started. So the biggest question here, or I guess the biggest issue people have, is where to actually find these co-hosting jobs, right? So let me just show you real quick here. This is a Google job search. So I just go to Google and I type in exactly what I have here, Airbnb Cohost. So if Airbnb Cohosting is sounding good, I mean, obviously you want to learn more about it. And you can click the link in the bio of this video if you want to learn more about co-hosting and figure out, if it's going to be right for you, you can. But let's just talk about how to find these jobs as well. So you're going to go to Google, type in Airbnb Cohost. You can type in up here, you can type in Airbnb virtual assistant. Right, that's going to find you a lot of these jobs. You can type in Airbnb manager. You can type in Airbnb property manager. Right, you guys get the gist. So there's going to be, I'm trying to think of some of the others. There's a couple other things people could, put in their heading, right, that's not co-host, but it's still the basic deal. It's the basic responsibilities of a co-host. They just don't call it that. You could even just type in Airbnb jobs, right? So let's look at, these are results from Airbnb Cohost. Let's look at these. And then you just scroll down because Google Jobs pulls from different places. So it's going to pull jobs that were posted on Upwork. It's going to pull jobs that were maybe posted on Fiverr or on these other websites like Gibo, right? These other kind of job board insights, Indeed, LinkedIn. So you're going to be able to kind of have everything as a centralized portal here. And then all you do, let's say you find a good one, right? Let's say you click on this one and you want to scroll down and see, right? They have a website here. It's a growing vacation rental business looking for assistance in managing guest communications and scheduling. These guys have 35 plus Airbnb listings, right? So go through, keep clicking on them. You got, these jobs are a dime a dozen. They just go and go and go. Like I said, Airbnb hosts right now are crushing it. Airbnb is doing really, really well. And a lot of these hosts are looking for someone who can come alongside them, help partner with them, and, take this load of work off of their shoulders, can help manage the communications for them. So that is what co-hosting is in essence. So let's say you find one. You go to the website. Guys, I just pulled up 3 examples here. You guys can do this yourselves. It's super easy to find these jobs. So let's look at it. Right, this is one that's on Upwork. So it says they're looking for a co-host, property manager, right? It'd be 15 to 20 homes. You're required to do the following: communicate with guests, respond to urgent matters, solve problems that guests encounter, manage the cleaners, hire cleaners, schedule property maintenance, communicate with our clients, complete roughly 20 plus tasks a day, right? You have to have a flexible schedule with them, and you must speak fluent English. Okay, let's look at another one. This one is a short-term rental. STR means short-term rental virtual assistant or Airbnb co-host. It's a vacation rental business. They, oh, that might be the same one I pulled up. Let me see. It looks like it is. It looks like it's the same. Oh, no, it's not. This is the one I was looking at on Google. So this is just one of those. But yeah, go in here. You can go to their website there. You already kind of saw some of their description of what they need. Here's another one. This is a boutique. They need a virtual assistant. So Airbnb claims and resolutions. This one is a good example because it shows you a little bit more of a broad scope. So this person is looking for more kind of behind the scenes work, but it's not specifically co-hosting, right? Lots of different ways to get into this. Data entry, Canva templates, like bookkeeping, and Pinterest and furniture search. So remote jobs, again, you're helping this Airbnb business with some of the things they need to do on the back end. So these jobs, let me close this down. These jobs, let me open this back up, are easy to find, right? You do have to do a little bit of work in getting them and making that connection with the host partner. You got to do stuff like get a legal contract made. But this video is primarily made to just help people with co-hosting. What is it? How do you get into it? Is it for you? What responsibilities do you need to do? And this is a guide, what I was reading off earlier. This is a co-hosting guide that I actually put together because I talk about this so much and everyone has questions about it, right? Where do you start? What does it take? Should you set up an LLC? How much time does it require, right? So look at all these things. If you think that something like this would be beneficial for you, if you have these same questions, then go download this PDF right here. Guys, I'll scroll through it. There's a lot of good information in here. This is all in the PDF, but yeah, you can go access this. I'll put the link in the description, right? I'll put it in the description below. So if you guys have questions like this, how to get started, I teach you exactly how to find host partners. I give you the scripts of what to say to them. You can copy and paste it, right? You guys have this at your fingertips. If you want to learn more about co-hosting, I say go for it. It's a great opportunity. As an Airbnb host myself, I think I should have done co-hosting at the beginning just to get my feet wet, learn more about the Airbnb hosting business before I became an Airbnb host. So different hosts and different co-hosts have different goals, right? Maybe you want to just work an extra hour or two a day and you want to make an extra couple $1,000s a month. Easy, right? Easy money to do stuff like this. Maybe you want to set up your hosting business the right way and you want to be a co-host first to help you save for that first Airbnb unit for you to become a host. This is a great way to do it. You're already going to have your foot in the door with Airbnb. You're already going to understand the business in and out, how to use their platform, how to communicate with guests as you save up and as you get your hosting business, going. So like I said, every host is always different. Every co-host is going to go in here with different needs out of their business and different goals. It's just a matter of figuring out what is right for you. But this is it. This is the co-hosting journey. Again, if you guys want to learn more about it, read more about it, just let me know in the comments and you can download this guide. I'll put the link for you in the comments as well. So that's all. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.